When morning came, the wind had brought the locusts to the land of Egypt. The locusts flew into the country of Egypt and landed on the ground. There were more locusts than there had ever been in Egypt, and there had never again be that many locusts there. They covered the ground and the whole country became dark. The locusts ate every plant on the ground and all the fruit in the trees that the hail had not destroyed. There were no leaves left on any of the trees or plants anywhere in Egypt. So at this point, this hail just destroyed all your crops. Now it's interfering with your corn at this point. Um, yeah. So your health is being attacked. Your wealth is being attacked. Your everything, your mind, your environment, everything is being attacked. At this point, is it worth it, Pharaoh? Verse 16, Pharaoh quickly called for Moses and Aaron. Pharaoh said, I have sinned against the Lord your God and against you. Yeah, you said that the first time. Verse 17, now forgive me for my sins this time. He did that the last 7 times. Ask the Lord to remove this death from me. Verse 18, Moses left Pharaoh and prayed to the Lord. So the Lord changed the wind. He made a very strong wind blow from the west, and it blew the locusts out of Egypt and into the Red Sea. Not one locust was left in Egypt, but the Lord caused Pharaoh to be stubborn again, and Pharaoh did not let the Israelites go. Verse 21, then the Lord told Moses, raise your hand into the air and darkness to cover Egypt. It'll be so dark that you can feel it. Ugh, a darkness that grips you, my Lord. So verse 22, so Moses raised his hand into the air and a cloud of darkness covered Egypt. The darkness stayed in Egypt for 3 days. None of the people could see each other, and no one got up to go any place for 3 days, but there was light in all the places where the Israelites lived. Again, Pharaoh called for Moses. He said, go and worship the Lord. You can take your children with you, but you must leave your sheep and cattle here. Moses said, no, we'll take them all. Ain't no compromise, Pharaoh. In fact, you will give us offerings and sacrifice for us to use in worshiping the Lord, our God. Now he's up in the scope. First, we was finna take us, our people, and all our animals. Now you about to provide, since you just made it this big ordeal. So no, you want somebody to make it easy for you? Verse 26, yes, we'll take our animals with us to worship the Lord our God. Not one hoof will be left behind. Uh, we don't know yet exactly what we'll need to worship the Lord. We'll learn that only when we get there. The Lord made Pharaoh stubborn again, so he refused to let them go. Then Pharaoh told Moses, get out of here. I don't want you to come here again. The next time you come to see me, you gonna die. Then Moses told Pharaoh, you are right about one thing. I will not come to see you again. Stampy. You can't kill me. You ain't got the power to do that. But I ain't gonna bother you no more. You got it. You got it, big dog. Exodus chapter 11. Watch your mouth. Please watch your mouth. Watch what you say to people who got God got their hands on. That's what you do. Chapter 11 in Exodus. Then the Lord told Moses, I have one more disaster to bring against Pharaoh in Egypt. After this, he'll ask you to lead Egypt. In fact, he will force you to lead his country. You must get his message to the Israelites, men and women. You must ask your neighbors to give you the things made of silver and gold. The Lord caused the Egyptians to be kind to the Israelites. The Egyptians, even Pharaoh's own officials, I already considered Moses to be a great man. Yeah, it ain't. Pharaoh is the problem. They ain't at this point. A believer have been made out of them. Verse 4, Moses said to the king, the Lord says, at midnight tonight, I go through Egypt, and every firstborn son in Egypt will die. From the firstborn son of Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt, to the firstborn son of the slave girl grinding grain. Even the firstborn animals will die. The crying in Egypt will be worse than at any time in the past or any time in the future. But none of the Israelites or their animals will be hurt. Not even a dog will bark at them. Then you will know that the Lord has treated Israel differently from Egypt. All these officials of yours will come down and bow down to me. They'll say, leave and take all your people with you. Only then will I leave. Then in anger, Moses left the meeting with Pharaoh. Cause now Moses pissed off. Verse 9, then the Lord told Moses, the reason Pharaoh did not listen to you is so that I could show my great power in Egypt. That is why Moses and Aaron did all these great miracles in front of Pharaoh. And that is why the Lord made Pharaoh so stubborn that he would not let the Israelites leave his country. Yeah, because none of these plagues would have happened. You would not, nobody would have seen God's great power. The people who did not believe, they would have never became believers had God not shown his power. So yeah, it was for a good purpose. Exodus chapter 12, this is our last chapter for today. While Moses and Aaron were still in Egypt, the Lord spoke to them. He said, this month will be the first month of the year for you. This command is for the whole community of Israel. On the 10th day of this month, each man must get one lamb for the people in his house. If there are not enough people in his house to eat a whole lamb, then he should invite some of his neighbors to share the meal. So get a lamb. Get one lamb. This lamb supposed to feed everybody in your house. If you just a party of two or a party of one, it ain't enough for you. Just invite some more people so that they can come and share the meal with you. Period. There must be enough lamb for everyone to eat. Verse 5, the lamb must be a 1 year old male, and it must be completely healthy. This animal can be either a young sheep or a young goat. You shall watch over the animal until the 14th day of the month. On that day, all the people of the community of Israel must kill these animals just before dark. You must collect the blood from these animals and put it on the top and sides of the door frame of every house where the people eat this meal. On this night, you must roast the lamb and eat all the meat. You must also eat bitter herbs and bread made without yeast. You must not eat the lamb raw or boiled in water. You must roast the whole lamb over fire. The lamb must still have its head, legs, and inner parts. You must eat all the meat that night. If any of the meat is left until morning, you must burn it into the fire. Dispose of it. When you eat the meal, you must be fully dressed and ready to travel. Be prepared. Come on, preparation. You must have your sandals on your feet and your walking stick in your hand. You must eat in a hurry because this is the Lord's Passover. You finna get up out of here. Period. Verse 12. Tonight I go through Egypt and kill every firstborn man and animal in Egypt. In this way I'll judge all the gods of Egypt and show that I am the Lord. But the blood on your houses will be a special sign. When I see the blood, I'll pass over your house. I'll cause bad things to happen to the people of Egypt, but none of these bad diseases will hurt you. Can you say many have fall at your left and right side, but nothing happened to you? Praise the Lord. Verse 14, you will always remember the night. Yeah, I'm sure this will leave a stain on your brain. It'll be a special festival for you. Your descendants to honor the Lord with this festival forever. For this festival, you will eat bread made without yeast for 7 days. On the first day, you will remove all the yeast from your houses. No one should eat any yeast for the full 7 days of this festival. Anyone who eats yeast must be separated from the rest of Israel. There will be holy assemblies on the first day and the last day of the festival. You must not do any work on these days. The only work you can do is preparing the food for your meals. You must remember the festival of unleavened bread, because on this day I took out of your people out of Egypt in groups. All of your descendants must remember this day. This is a law that will last forever. So on the evening of the 14th day of the first month, you'll begin eating bread without yeast. You will eat this bread until the evening of the 21st day of the same month. For 7 days, there must not be any yeast in your houses. Anyone, either a citizen of Israel or a foreigner living among you who eats yeast at this time must be separated from the rest of Israel. So anybody, this ain't just for the Israelites. This for the Israelites and other people. Look, this how programming go over here. And if you ain't following programming, separate from the people that would have given. Verse 20, during this festival, you must not eat any yeast. You must eat bread without yeast wherever you live. So Moses called all the elders together and told them, get the lambs for your families, kill the lambs for the Passover, take bunches of hyssop and dip them in the bowls filled with blood. Paint the blood on the side and on the top of each door frame. No one must leave the house until morning. All the time the Lord go at that time, I'm sorry, at the time the Lord goes through Egypt to kill the firstborn, he'll see the blood on the sides and top of each door frame. Then he'll protect that house and not let the destroyer come into any of your houses and hurt you. You look, we about to do a sweep. Go on, mark your house now. Mark it. Mark it so he can pass over. Because if that mark ain't a sweet, he coming to do a job. The destroyer is coming to do a job. Follow directions now. Verse 24. You must remember this command. This law is for you and your descendants forever. You must remember to do this even when you go to the land the Lord is giving you. When your children ask you, why are we doing this ceremony? You will say, this Passover is to honor the Lord, because when we were in Egypt, he passed over the houses of Israel. He killed the Egyptians, but he saved the people in our houses. Straight like that. Let your kids know now. Then the people bowed down and worshiped the Lord. The Lord had given this command to Moses and Aaron, so the Israelites did what the Lord commanded. At midnight, the Lord killed all the firstborn sons in Egypt, from the firstborn son of Pharaoh, who ruled Egypt, to the firstborn son of the prisoner sitting in jail. Also, all the firstborn animals died. That night, someone died in every house in Egypt. Pharaoh, his officials, and all the people of Egypt began to cry loudly. There is a great sadness in Egypt. So that night, Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said to them, get up and leave. Get up and lead my people. You and your people can do as you say. Go and worship the Lord. Take all your sheep and cattle with you, just as you said you would. Go and say a blessing for me too. The people of Egypt who asked them to hurry and leave, they said, if you don't leave, we will all die. Please go. The Israelites did not have time to put the yeast in their bread. They just wrapped the bowls of dough with cloth and carried them on their shoulders. Then the Israelites did what Moses asked them to do. Look, be prepared, because when it's time to roll, it's time to roll. Look, they said, go ahead, go now. Go on, go ahead, go on. Then the Israelites did what Moses asked them to do. They went to their Egyptian neighbors and asked for clothing and things made from silver and gold. The Lord caused the Egyptians to be kind to the Israelites, so the Egyptians gave their riches to the Israelites. Look, what did you want? What else you want? Just take it and go now. Verse 37, the Israelites traveled from Ramesses to Succoth, I believe. There were about 600,000 men, not counting the small boys. A great number of people who were not Israelites went with them, along with many sheep, cattle, and other livestock. The people did not have time to put yeast in their bread or make any special food for their journey, so they had to bake their bread without yeast. Pause. 600,000 men. We ain't accounting the kids. We ain't even accounting the women. These are only men. This is 500,000 men, along with their families that they're taking out. Moses is leading roughly about 1 or 2 million Israelites. 1 or 2 million. Yeah, that's what it's giving. Yeah. 1 to 2 million. Verse 40, the Israelites had lived in Egypt for 430 years. After 430 years, to the very day, all the armies of the Lord left Egypt. The night they left, the Lord watched over them to bring them safely out of Egypt. So the Israelites will always celebrate this night each year to remember what the Lord did. The Lord told Moses and Aaron, these are the rulers I'm sorry. These are the rules for Passover. No foreigner is allowed to eat the Passover meal. A foreigner who is only a hired worker or is only staying in your country is not allowed to eat the meal. But if someone buys a slave and circumcises him, then the slave can't eat the Passover meal. Be part of the people. Each family must eat the meal in one house. None of the food is to be taken outside the house. Don't break any of the lamb's bones. The whole community of Israel must do this ceremony. If a foreigner living among you wants to share in the Lord's Passover, he must be circumcised. You got to be part of the people. Then he can share in the meal like any other citizen of Israel. But a man who is not circumcised cannot eat the Passover meal. You ain't like us. That's what it's given. Verse 49, the same rules are for everyone. It doesn't matter if they are citizens or foreigners living among you. So all the Israelites obeyed the commands that the Lord gave to Moses and Aaron. On that same day, the Lord led all the Israelites out of the country of Egypt. The people left in groups. Groups. These people were many. Moses is leading many people. Dang near a couple million, if not a couple to a few million, is what Moses. And Moses is only one man. Can y'all see why this man like, oh, I ain't for this job. You, Lord, you trying to make me famous. You trying to make me viral. Look, all these millions of people, look, you want them to follow me and lead them. Most like, I'm not interested. But yeah, that's our study on today, Exodus 12. Trying to get caught up. This is January 17th. The study for January 17th. I feel like we're doing good. We're doing good. We're keeping the momentum a little bit. I can feel the vibe. It's going great. I pray that for the ones that's watching, for the ones that's going to watch in the near future, I pray that you're getting some kind of understanding, and you can contribute to my understanding. I ain't bigger than the program. I ain't write this book. This book don't belong to me. This was inspired by God. Yeah, for all of us to gain something from it. So, and it's still some things that I do not know. So yes, contribute to me as I contribute to you, pour into you. I feel like I'm doing the best I can, but I am limited. So yeah, that's it. I love y'all. Bye.